What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Jai Opetaia. We have some new news and we have some new plans concerning Jai Opetaia, according to Spencer Brown, his manager. Jai Opetaia's next potential fight and the condition of Haisun Sin Cara. Okay, Haisun Sin Cara, okay, has also not only a T1 fracture, he also has a brain bleed. Okay, he has been admitted for the hospital, as we know, for contusion on the brain with a small brain bleed and a slightly fractured CI or C1 rather. And no operation needed, 2 days observation required. The Tasman fighter's family wishes Haisun a fast and full recovery. Okay. Now, to counterpunch that, I was not aware of the brain bleed. Okay. I was aware of the fracture. So, you know, that's other damage that acquired, not just from the neck, but, you know, to the brain. Okay. And, that's a good thing he doesn't need surgery, because more than likely they have to put you in a coma to do that, and there's no guarantee that you'll wake up from that coma. So I'm glad that it doesn't need an operation, just observation, okay? And Spencer Brown also told the media that the WBC Cruiserweight champion Baddou Jack is at the top of the list if he can beat Noel Mikkeljohn on December 13th. Okay, so that's this weekend. So we get to see what Baddou Jack is or can do with him. He said that's the promised fight if he can get through what he has to get through. He's got to fight this man, and he won't be too keen on that. Okay. And, of course, we know Jai Opetaia has called out for Zurdo Ramirez, so we won't go through that. Let's get to Baddou Jack. Keywords I look for. He said that's the promised fight if he can get through what he has to get through. So I'm assuming that Baddou Jack and his team have already agreed if he gets past his next opponent, okay? Because he fought him before, and it was a controversial, very, very hair-splitting decision that he won, so he wants to run it back, okay? Which, you know, was his own decision. Nonetheless, if that's the promised fight, that's the fight that we look forward to, the WBC, because that's a unification fight. Because Baddou Jack, if he beat Jai Opetaia, he can become the IBF and the Ring Magazine as well as the WBC. So yeah, that's a step in the right direction. If Zurdo is fixated on fighting or just ducking, honestly, he's not fighting anyone yet. He's just avoiding the people in his division. But nonetheless, that looks like a good fight. I appreciate Jai for not just stagnating on the idea of Zurdo ducking him and just moving on with his career. Because, you know, it's not what you can't do, is what you can do. It's not what you can control, is what you can control. You know, it's not the thing that stops you, it's the thing that keeps you going, right? So I look at that as encouragement, you know? So if he can't control it, there's nothing that he can do about it, right? So if Baddou Jack, according to Spencer Brown, right, if that's the case, we will see what the deal is. We will see what happens on the 13th. We will see if Baddou Jack wins, you know, if we can get that fight made. Now, what happens if Mikkeljohn wins? You know what I mean? Because Jai Opetaia did say it himself, like, look, it's not about the person, it's actually about the belts. So if he does get upset Saturday night, you know, do they still go after the WBC? That's the question. You know what I mean? Because if I was team Opetaia, I would be optimistic of fighting the winner. But then again, if they have a guarantee or a promise to fight, you know, I'm guessing they are hoping Baddou Jack wins because they haven't had the same rapport with Mikkel John's team than Baddou Jack's team. But you guys tell me what you think of this updated information. Who is on the hit list next? And keep in mind, this has been the 6th of the 7 fighters that Jai has beaten. They've all been hospitalized. 6 out of 7. Just food for thought. You guys tell me what you think of Baddou Jack being next on the list. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.